Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it's now happening night after night. The Democrats' worst nightmare is playing out before our very eyes. Celebrity endorsements, one after another. Some of these celebrities even having the courage to straight up say that Donald Trump is being persecuted and what's happening to him is evil. Essentially casting Joe Biden as a wannabe authoritarian thug. Trump continues to dominate the culture night after night. The guy's dominating the headlines like never before. From his successful campaign events in the South Bronx and Harlem, his showing up at the Libertarian National Convention, his interview with Tim Pool, his most recent interview with Dr. Phil, which was perceived extremely well from what we were able to gather, to now this huge UFC spectacle with Dana White running to the media to tell everybody how much of a good guy Trump is. The media wins, the cultural wins keep coming in. Trump is firing on all cylinders with $400 million sitting in the bank ready to deploy for campaign purposes. It's freaking on. Let me show you guys everything that's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so the optics / media wins keep coming in. Donald Trump shows up for UFC Fight Night in Vegas, and the media content they're releasing with it, I mean, it's just electric.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. President.
How's the fight?
That was a quick one.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's over.
No. Oh, she lost?
Yeah.
There are no fairy tales in fighting. Robbie Lawler just is living one right now.
That's Robbie Lawler's last fight. He just retired. You knocked him out.
Man, put the ultimate capstone on his Hall of Fame career.
Let's get a replay, boys.
Go. And Rolex, go X.
Here it is.
There we go.
Tee it up for me, J.A. Right here, you see Robbie. Take that clinch. Boom.
Ready, three. Take it.
I've had a lot of people help me get to where I am today. Without them, none of this is possible, and I'm blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, Ruthless Robbie Lawler.
I'm not fighting this guy. I've been a big fan. Big fan. One hell of. So he has an option. He can immediately go back, or he can retire.
Then the fight ends and he goes, you know what this means? He's not retiring now.
23, get ready for Trump.
Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
American badass.
As you might expect for International Fight Week, a lot of people are in the building, but no one needs more security than the former president of the United States, obviously a really good friend of Dana White.
Again, Trump's supposed to be down in the gutter. He just got indicted on 34 felony counts. He's done, campaign done and dusted. That's what you would think, but instead, he's busy like nothing ever happened, being the man at UFC Vegas. I mean, frickin' bring it on, leftoids. The guy refuses to back down, and night after night, he is winning. Joe Biden's nowhere to be seen, down in the basement with his sippy cup, while Donald Trump's doing the frickin' tour, hitting up the Dr. Phil show, then getting on a flight and heading straight to the main event. And it tells us a couple things here. Obviously, the first is that Joe Biden can't keep up, certainly not with this kind of schedule and lifestyle, but it also shows us just how resilient President Trump really is. They've thrown everything at this guy. He's been in court and in lawyers' meetings for months, and at the same time, he still manages to take it all on, still run his businesses, still be there for his family, and campaign 100% full throttle as if nothing ever happened. The guy's a freaking beast, there's no other way to say it. Scandals reflect off of him as if he's made out of freaking titanium, and no matter what they do to him, he's still their political worst enemy. The greatest threat to establishment power that has ever existed in the modern day. The guy is just relentless and resilient. And here's media win number 2. Here's Dana White, who's quite the influential man, going to Fox News in front of millions, vouching for, praising Donald Trump.
The one thing about the former president, he wants to be the next president again. You know a fighter's heart. You stare in more fighters' eyes than anybody else to see what's in there. Where does he rank at 77?
Number one. Number one. You take any of the greatest fighters of all time, Trump is number one. The most resilient human being that I've ever met in my life.
In what respect?
Why keep doing this? You know, you got money, you got a great life, you got whatever. Why keep doing this? And the one thing that I can tell you, and this is a fact, this guy loves this country, right? And he loves all Americans. Regardless of what color, religion, or whatever it is, he's not a racist. He's a good human being, and he loves America, and he cares about this country. Period. End of story. If he wasn't that type of guy, I would never even associate myself with him.
Right.
You know, this stuff matters especially when it's accumulating like this. It's a cumulative effect. One good media event can only have so much of an effect. But if we look at everything stacking these days, it's win after win after win after win, and so many people finally getting to see Trump in a fair light. I can't think of anything more damaging to the Democrat cause. And actually, speaking of people coming over to the Trump side, we've been talking a whole lot about wealthy investors in San Francisco and the Silicon Valley area hosting a fundraiser for Trump, and while the official numbers are in, Donald Trump raised a stunning $12 million in one night this week at Silicon Valley event. Democrat worst nightmare, and again, another W to add to the list. $12 million raised in a single night, not in Florida, not in Texas, in Silicon Valley, in the place that historically has been host to all these social media companies working diligently, and probably still working diligently, to stop Donald Trump from ever getting back into the White House. All of a sudden, at least maybe for a segment, the perspective seems to have shifted quite considerably. The gains keep on coming. Trump's possibly turning Virginia red. He's got New York State more competitive than it's ever been. People are showing up for him in the streets in Southern California like you wouldn't imagine.
Within maybe about an hour, we don't know when he's going to be here, but there's a huge crowd here at this corner. This is probably going to be the route that the president takes.
And this is ahead of the campaign even starting. Who's to say where it's all going to go? I mean, he's leading in places where he hasn't even really begun to campaign. Nevada's a great example, for instance. Hypothetically, Donald Trump's already leading in Nevada by 5 points. And that's in the average. One poll suggests he's up already by 13. That result coming from the New York Times poll of all places. But the point is, he's already got a considerable lead in the state, and he hasn't even really started campaigning. Curious to see where these numbers are going to go after this massive UFC event and all the media that surrounded it, and after Trump's most recent Las Vegas rally, where the Las Vegas Police Protective Association officially endorsed him.
We in law enforcement can't take another 4 years under Joe Biden. We need the support of our national government, our state government. Thank goodness our governor is our former sheriff, Joe Lombardo, in this state. And the last thing I have for you all in the Trump campaign, they don't know this, but right here I hold the official endorsement from the 4,000 commissioned officers of the LVPPA showing our 100% support to the Donald Trump presidency campaign. Thank you all. Please be safe. Trump 2024.
Good news upon good news upon good news. We went from media circus to Trump being the media darling. He's getting win after win after win, becoming more relatable, becoming more likable, and most importantly, becoming less of a cultural pariah. This election's gonna be real interesting. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.